Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I'm talking about the two biggest turn-offs that women have. So these two things are pretty universal, as in these can turn off women you're just dating, and they can also turn off women who you're already in a relationship with, and basically what will slowly make her fall out of love with you. So it's a good idea to keep these two things in check. I'll also go into how you can maintain a relationship as well. Okay, so these things don't happen, but because there's more to it than just these biggest turnoffs. If you just reverse these turnoffs, doesn't necessarily that mean that you'll keep your girlfriend in love with you, because there are other things women need more when they become in a relationship with you. Whereas when you're just dating, if you just reverse these two things, you'll probably still be able to continue dating her successfully. But relationships can get a little bit more complicated as time goes on. But so let's get into these two things then without further ado, so I don't waste any more of your time. So first of all, the first biggest turn off is loving her or wanting her or needing her more than she does of you. So if you start dating a woman and you're way more into her than she is into you, the best thing for you to do is to back off. If she's not matching your level of energy, then you have to back off. Because what you'll find is that most women fall in love slowly. Now, when I say slowly, I don't mean that it takes them years and years. I just mean it just takes them like maybe 1 or 2 months. It's just a matter of weeks, really. It's not really, you won't have to wait that long, okay? Whereas men typically fall in love quite quickly. And what I mean by that is that you may meet a beautiful woman, go on one date with her, find in you, let's say you're really, really attracted to her, you could instantly drop into a relationship with that woman. You could instantly want to be with her intimately, and things to that degree. You may even like start to fantasize about your future together if you do that kind of thing. So when you are doing that and when that happens and you can feel that she's not there yet, she's still sussing you out, she's still warming up to you, you need to back off. Okay, so the one who falls in love faster, so sometimes women can fall in love quite quickly as well. It depends on the situation, it depends on the woman. So let's say she falls in love faster. She knows that if he's not at that level yet, I have to simmer down, sort of play my cards a bit more closer to my chest for a bit until he starts to warm up to me as well. Right, so it goes both ways, really. If you're a woman watching this, for example, if you fall in love faster, and let's say you're dating a guy now who is not quite there yet, then you need to simmer down. You need to, keep your cards close to your chest until he starts to feel more of those emotions for you. Okay, so basically, the way that you could chase a woman out of your life and never see her again, which will suck, especially if you think she's really beautiful, is if you come on too strong, too soon, at a level that she's not quite there at yet. Okay, she's not ready for it yet. Okay, so how can this sort of thing manifest then? How can these behaviors, sort of what you'll see that will turn her off? So if you're really into her and you don't know what to do, and you don't know, videos like mine or other coaches on the internet, what will happen is you'll DM her all the time. You'll be wanting to know if you're still going to see each other. You'll want to know, you'll basically want to be seeking her validation so you can feel relief. Okay? Because if you're unsure about how someone feels about you, you have this desire to like message to make sure, to test the waters to see if she's still interested. Okay? But it all comes from this neediness and this insecurity and this need for validation, because for whatever reason, even though you've only met her a couple of times, you're in this state of mind where you feel like you can't live without her, and it'll be the worst thing in the world if she stops talking to you, even though you've only spent a limited amount of time with each other. Okay, now from a logical standpoint that makes sense, but from an emotional standpoint that doesn't always make sense, especially if you're really into a woman. If your emotions are already engaged and you're really, really into her, it's very hard to remain logical and more stoic. But it's something that you just have to do, right? Because if this woman is really important to you, you don't want to turn her off. So it's better to keep your cards close to your chest and not reveal how strongly you feel about her at the beginning. You've got to wait until she is matching that same level of energy, okay? So how can you do that then? So one of the best things to do is to not be messaging her all the time. Be more mysterious, right? So you don't come on too strong. Just see her once a week or once every 2 weeks. As Corey Wayne says, just use the phone for setting up appointments. Don't use it for chit-chatting. Meet in person and chat when you're actually physically together. So just set up like times where you can meet and just arranging things. That's what you should be using texting and phone calls for. Okay, you should treat your phone like a business, right? And how you interact with people, and not even just lovers, but with people as well. Okay, the magic happens when you're in person, not texting. Okay, because people can hide who they are through a phone, like through a keyboard. Yeah, right. They could come across the best way possible online and through messaging, but when you actually meet her out, she might be entirely different than how she presented herself via text. Okay? So, and you can do the same as well, So if you really want to know if you two gel and you've got actual chemistry, you have to meet in person. That's the only way you can find out. So stop with the BS texting online and whatever that you may be doing, because it's just garbage. And actually meet up, because that's where things are going to actually really change. If you're in a long distance thing, you should be doing video chats, not texting. Now, of course, it's okay to send a few messages back and forth, right? Because you want to arrange dates. You may just do a quick bit of small talk at each conversation, like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing really good. What have you been up to? Oh, just this and that. What have you been up to? Yeah, just work and things like that. So, when are you next free to hang out? That's about as much as you need to do, okay? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm free on Sunday. And you're like, great, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm free Sunday too. How about we meet at this place at this time? And yeah, let's get things going on Sunday. I'll see you then. You're like, yeah, great. That's all you need to do. It doesn't need to go any further than that. Now, if a woman starts reaching out to you and starts messaging you, then that's great, right? And maybe you can have a little bit more of a deeper conversation then, right? So let's say she reaches out to you and she's like, hey, how's it going? Like after a date or something, you're like, yeah, it's going really good. You're like, oh, well, we should hang out again. And she's like, yeah, that'll be really fun. When are you free? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm free on the Saturday. Why don't we meet on Saturday? Yeah, great, let's meet on Saturday. How about we meet here at this time at this place? And then maybe she'll ask you things like, so how's work going? You're like, yeah, work's going really good. How about you? How's things with you? And she's like, yeah, fine. It's going really good. What have you been up to? And things like that. And you'll be like, yeah, I've been up to this, been up to that. And then just say something like, to cut the conversation short, so it doesn't turn into a massive long text exchange. You just say something like, well, it was really great to hear from you. I'm really glad that we've made another date. I'll see you on Saturday. It's gonna be fun. And she's like, yeah, great. See you Saturday. So that's how it doesn't need to be. So it's not like you're not messaging at all. It's just that you're keeping it quite short and to the point and quite minimal. And what this will do is it will build the anticipation, and also it will help you if you are one of these people that just falls in love really fast. It will help you to keep the distance so you don't come across too needy while they're still in the process of falling in love with you. Because if you're already in love, there's you don't really need to do any more sort of like on your part when it comes to your feelings. You don't need to wait for your feelings to develop. You've got to wait for their feelings to develop. Okay, so you got to give them that time and space to think and wonder about you and to fall in love with you. Because you don't want to come on too strong, especially if you meet someone who's, a woman that's really just blowing you away. You don't want to mess it up, especially if you're already in love and you can tell she's not there yet. So this is the best way that you can do it, okay? And when she starts to fall in love with you over the few weeks that you're dating her, she'll start to reach out to you and start to talk to you more. And that's how you'll know that she's actually pursuing you and chasing you, because she's now starting to initiate most of the conversations, whereas before maybe it was just you. Okay, so if she starts to initiate asking how you are, how things are going, It's a great sign, okay? So the second biggest turn off women have is making her the leader. So this can drive women nuts in who are dating, women that you're just dating, and women that you're also in a relationship with. So when it comes to being the leader, I'm not saying that you need to show that you're a leader by leading other men and being a leader in your work and your business. No, I just mean you need to lead her, okay? So when you're arranging a date, for example, you be the one that comes up with the time and the place. So for example, let's say she tells you she's free on Saturday, you'll be like, great, how about we meet at the steakhouse at 7 p.m. Offer that time and that place. If she doesn't like it, she'll offer an alternative, which is fine. That's totally fine. But you're being the leader and you're offering that time and place. You're not sitting there, both of you dithering about where we're gonna go. Where do you want to go? I don't know where you want to go. Where you want to go? I don't know where you want to go. And it just sort of goes on forever, like that. You don't want to do that, okay? Because what's going on is you're putting her in the leadership position and you're wanting her to make a choice. And that's putting her in the leadership position. And most women don't like to be in that position. They'd rather you come up with the plans. So, because a lot of the time, this is obviously very stereotypical, but a lot of the time, but across the board, women who are very feminine are quite indecisive. So, for example, I'm a little bit more masculine. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a man, obviously. But I have a bit more of a masculine personality. I've always been a bit of a tomboy, that kind of thing, right? I grew up around brothers. It was just, and I had a lot of guy friends when I was little. When I was a child, I just grew up around boys. Okay, so I was a bit of a tomboy. That's just how I've been throughout my whole life. And therefore, I have developed a more masculine personality trait, okay? And it also means that, because I'm a lesbian, I'm attracted to really, really feminine, beautiful women. And my wife, I believe, is a very beautiful, feminine woman, okay? And when she gets ready for, whether it's for a night out, or whether it's together, but she doesn't go on nights out on her own. That would be weird. When she gets ready for, if we're going out to dinner, or if we're going on holiday, she would take ages packing and bring out and be, so for example, when we go on holiday, she would pack loads of things because she wanted options for clothes, and the suitcase would just be massive. We have to buy extra kilograms on the plane, things like that, to take on the plane, and for me, it didn't take me, I could put everything I need for a week in just a small bag. Not a small bag, but there'll be, and I would be able to pack it very, very quickly because I'll know what I'll be wearing each day. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to wear that t-shirt, I'm going to wear those jeans, I'm going to wear those shorts, whatever, right? Do it very, very quick, be very fast. I'll just take, and I always just take exactly what I need. I don't take options. I don't need options. Okay. If we, like I said, if we're going out to dinner, I will get dressed and ready in about 15 minutes because I know what I'm going to wear. Because I wear pretty much the same things all the time. My wife will probably take about an hour and she'll be unsure about what to wear. And she'll need my opinion, or she'll ask her mother's opinion, or she will just not know what to do and have a meltdown. Okay? So it's just one of those things that women who are particularly very, very beautiful and feminine don't like to be the leader. They're quite indecisive. And that's just one example, okay? So be the leader. Let her. So obviously things like clothes, you don't need to, do that. Obviously you can offer your opinion on what kind of clothes you think is best. If she is asking you, should I wear this or should I wear this? Pick which one you think you actually personally like, even though she may go with the exact opposite. But that's not the point, okay? The point is that you're being a leader. You have to lead her because women can be quite indecisive. So when you're going out on a date, pick the time and the place, okay? Just relieve her from that burden, okay? Which and she will love you for it, for being more decisive, direct, okay? And she'll find it more attractive. So when you get into a relationship, then you have to sort of carry on that leadership role. So for example, when you're trying to find a place to live, offering that suggestion like this. So you go on a website that shows properties. You're like, hey, I really like this one. Let's inquire about this one. Or let's say you're shopping for your new house and you're figuring out, You know, what kind of TV should we get? And you're like, oh, I think we should get this one. You know, I've been looking for a catalogue and I think this one's probably the best one. You know, let's get this one. And it's just about carrying that leadership energy throughout the relationship, okay? Now, other things that women need in a relationship, so let's say you do get in a relationship with a woman, there are other things that can turn her off when you get into a relationship. So some of the things that can turn a woman off is if you're no longer offering your presence. So that shows that you don't care. So let's say, for example, your wife comes home from work and she's upset, or it doesn't even have to be from work, she's just upset for some reason. And you're just sitting there watching TV or playing video games and you're ignoring the fact that she's upset and you're like, oh, I'll just let her, you know, shake it off. That's not how women work. What a woman most of the time wants is she wants to talk. So you got to offer your presence. You've got to stop whatever it is that you're doing and ask her how she is. You know, ask her how was your day, what's going on, and then let her open up and talk about you. And what it will do is it will show that you care. And even better, if when she's talking to you, you kind of repeat back some of the things that she said. Right? So if she said, oh, you know, it was Susan at work. You know, she said this really nasty thing. And it just really upset me, really got to me. And you're like, oh, so she said this and it upset you and it really got to you, is that right? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. You know, it's repeating things back so she knows that you've listened and it shows that you care because you're engaging with what she's saying, okay? And basically, if you don't do this kind of thing, she will shut off emotionally to you. And she will see that because you don't care and you're not listening, she will see, and this will make her feel that you don't care about her. Because surely, if you love a woman and if you really do care about her, you're going to want to know about her day. You're going to want to know about what's going on in her mind and what's making her happy and what's making her sad. And if you don't want to do those things, then you should probably find another woman, or you're just very, very selfish. So women really need that. Another thing that women really need when you're in a relationship with them is you need to carry on courting and dating her. Okay, you need to, basically the way that you got your woman is the way that you keep your woman. So you've got to think back when you first started dating and figure out, okay, so what did we used to do together? Okay, we used to go out, we used to go for long walks, we used to cuddle all the time, we used to talk all the time, you know, when we was in bed together, you know, we'd chat for hours. You know, these are things that you got to continue and maintain in order to keep the romance alive, because you don't want to get a girl that you really like and then end up in a sexless marriage. And if you'd like more tips like that one and like the rest of this video, then you can go to www.christineloveridge.com and go and read my book, Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams. It's under 100 pages long, so it won't be a very long read. You can read it in an afternoon. And it'll give you all the tips that you need in order to attract and keep the beautiful woman of your dreams. And if you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and select whichever coaching option works best for you at this current time. And also there is a members only club on this channel, okay? And basically what you get is you just get videos that are going to be posted, but you get them way sooner. So if you're interested in that, then you can become a member. But of course, all the videos will be posted eventually, so you don't have to do that. But if you want a really good backlog of videos, then you can, in content, you can just dive right into it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.